Hey everybody, Jason Roberts and Rachel Schneider here with REI Blueprint.
Hi everyone.
Had a quick message for you guys. One of the biggest questions we get for newer real estate investors, or one of the biggest concerns or fears or reasons why you don't get started, is where am I going to come up with the money for a deal, right? It's all great that you're going to teach us how to do this, but I'm not even going to get started because if I get a deal, I don't have access to $100,000. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that newer investors or prospective investors make, is they get hung up on the money thing. So do you want to kind of talk a little bit about, like, number one, kind of maybe where we were at when we got started and how difficult we thought the money was going to be, and then more importantly, how they can find money for deals?
Yes, and I think that there's you'll hear a common saying that says, when you really have a deal, the money will always be there. And it absolutely will.
But it sounds crazy.
It does. It absolutely does. But there's not a seasoned investor out there that you could not approach with a deal. And if it's really a deal, they will help you get that money. Now, they may ask for some of that profit, but they will help you get that money to take that deal down. And so when Jason and I first started, resources were at like a negative number, right? Like we were flat broke. We had just got drugged through the mud in our mortgage business because the market had crashed.
You guys remember 2007?
Yes.
We were caught in that.
And we didn't have a ton of options, and so we needed to do something that was very inexpensive. And so we looked for an investing strategy where the data was public knowledge, so we could easily gain access to that, right?
Something that was safe, that we didn't have to take a lot of risk, because we didn't have any education really in flipping houses.
Yes.
We didn't know how to estimate repairs. We weren't going to bite off a rehab for our first go around, right? We needed something that was safe.
Yeah, first 111 houses we did, which we did our first year in the business, we did not rehab one of them. And there were many of them that we could have made much larger profits had we taken the time to do that. But we were really trying to stack capital at that point, right? And so that was in our best interest, was to do that. And we didn't have a ton of money options, and we gave up half the deal. Now, it took us a couple of deals to say, hey, wait a second. We just gave you half the money. We're really taking this and running with it. So now we're going to work up a different deal. But it was worth, I'd give half of those deals away any day of the week, right? Because it got us in it.
That kind of speaks to the importance of coaching or education or being part of a REIA or just being a part of a network with other people who know what they're doing.
Yes.
We didn't really have access to anybody who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So splitting a $30,000 deal or a $40,000 deal 50-50 for someone else to provide the money seemed like a great deal for us. 20 grand for you, 20 grand for us. That sounded fantastic. After 3 or 4 deals, didn't sound so cool anymore. What we didn't know is there's something called hard money. You know, there are hard money lenders out there that will just charge a few points. What cost us 20 grand could have cost us $3,000 or $4,000. And so being around, you know, that's I guess tip number one is hard money lenders. Where do you find them? Number one place I would suggest that you go is go to your local REIA, Real Estate Investor Association. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Google St. Louis REIA or Kansas City REIA or whatever city you're in across the country. Google that, and there'll be 3 or 4 in your city. They always do this thing called haves and wants. And so grab the mic and say, I've got a property I can buy for 80. I've already got it sold for 120, and I just need somebody to help me with the money. And you will have a line of people begging you to give you the money for your deal if you have a deal that makes sense. And that's where the saying comes from, that you have a deal, the money will show up. It absolutely does. Don't worry about your personal credit. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about your job. Don't worry about your income. Worry about finding deals.
And if you don't find them at your REIA, feel free to private message either one of us.
Yes, we would be happy.
We would be more selfish plug, but not really. But I'm just saying, like, those resources are out there. There's private money. There are local banks, credit unions that give really good rates. And that's more if your credit's in line and stuff like that. But I have a lot of students who take advantage of other resources besides hard money lending. And so you have a lot of options. I think a great another video would kind of be explaining the difference in hard money lender, private, and going to a bank and what to expect, right? So make sure that you are on the REI Blueprint Facebook page, because we're going to be rolling these informational videos out for you as often as we can.
Comment
below.
That
would be a good one.
Let us know what we can do to help. Let us know what we can do to motivate you. Let us know what we can do to help you take some action, because it all starts when you start. So let us know what we can do to help.
Bye, guys.